how to write a higher order function, and I have completed the code, right? So the logic, I really didn't get the chance to look into the logic why it was failing. But okay, fine. That is what I will do.
Yeah, Vira, actually I
Because
saw that code, okay.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
I saw that code actually. It will be
mm,
f of x actually. The function, it is taking one parameter actually. And we
mm.
have written only gaps. And that is the problem we are getting.
So let me show that. Which one are you talking about? F of x?
Yeah, else part, right? Else part.
This is f of x.
Else part. Go depth sums. Line number 36.
Yeah, I'm line number 36 only, right?
So this will be uh, f of x.
This one f of x. F of x plus x.
No, 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 no. No, it's done now actually. Sums of f of x plus 1. Save it. No?
No. Is it?
What is the function?
No, f is by default the f itself is representing that function name,
Yeah,
right?
the function. Correct, correct. No, no. What I'm getting is
Anyway, that's really no matter. That's just a logic, right? This
oh,
is how we write.
okay. Vera, this 36. This is f of x actually. Instead of x, f of x, right?
F of x plus f of this one you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. F of x.
If,
And this is f. Yes. Yeah.
and let me change this. I think it will work now. Yeah, one cube, one plus two cube, 8. No, wrong, right? Still it's wrong. Still it's
It
wrong.
is 7. It has to be something is there in the logic.
Fine. Anyway, that's really
Okay.
no matter. That's the logic, right? So this is the way we'll write higher order functions, and along with this, there are some default higher order functions like you have a map, a filter, you have a flat map, you have a fold left. There are some other higher order functions already defined, and we will see those are transformations. We'll call them as a transformations. Anyway, these are the similar kind of transformations only we'll be using in Spark as well, right? Those transformations we will make use of in the collections, right? So I hope the people you guys might have understand what is the higher order functions, how it will work, right? So let me show you other simple example for the higher order functions. Let me demonstrate here. That also looks similar, that also looks very similar, similar to this. uh, Let me write it here, or else I can write it here only. Define function, let's say I say add x colon int, y colon int, just say int equal to, let's actually do x plus y. actually it will do x plus y. So here similarly I'll do def subtraction. X minus y. So how I have written here, the similarly, instead of writing different functions for the different operations, what I will do, I will write only one function. I will write only one function, and that function, let me write a simple function here. Diff operations, where I will take this one. So what I will do, and it will also take a function. It will also take a function which will take three arguments, similar like this, x, or I can say int, comma, int, comma, int. It means it will take three different type of elements. No, let's take x plus y we are going to do, right? Let's take two arguments. Then this function, as similar as above, this function will do, will what are the arguments it has taken, and it will give you the same similar type of argument. Then which will return an int, which will return an int. Here what we do, whatever the function we are passing, whatever the function we are passing, function of your what your x comma y, then the value what we do, look at here. I'll be executing this function now. Okay, so let's look at here. So now operations is a function which will take a three arguments and on one function as an argument, and finally it returns you an return type of integer, right? So now let's look at here. I'm going to do a small operation. Look at here, operations of, I'll be passing I'll be passing 1 comma 2 comma 3, and here 1 comma 2 which has to be sum. It means it has to be sum these two. So it means this 1 comma 2 has to be sum. Let's look at here. This 1 comma 2 I'll represent h x comma y, and which will do x plus y. So here along with an argument what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to pass a function as well. Here I pass the three parameters. Along with these three parameters, it will take this x comma y will be 1 2, and it will submit and return you the value. It will submit and return the value 6. So what it is doing, it is taking the arguments and it is summing them. function of function plus function of function. Actually, it will take f of x comma y. I specified x comma y is x plus y, and now it become the result. Let's say 1 plus 2 3. This became a 3 now. F of function comma y, two arguments. Now it will become 3 plus 3 6. The similar one still we can shorten this higher order function, so you don't need to write this much big. You don't need to specify this much detail here. You just specify underscore. So underscore is a placeholder where we will specify underscore plus underscore, underscore plus underscore. You just specify here 1 2 3 comma underscore plus underscore. Now, okay, fine. So I'm showing you is a summing, right? Let's look at the same with the minus. 1 minus 2 minus 3. And same do with the multiplication. 1 into 2, 2 into 3. Right? So you can write like this. You can write these higher order functions like this, which is a minimum. You can look at which is maximum. Which is maximum. Right? Such kind of functions we can write. These type of functions will call as a higher order functions. A function which you take as a function as an argument, and it's also, if you look at here, it is returning as a functional. It is returning as a function. It's actually doing operation and returning it. Right? This is called higher order function. These are all called higher order functions. Is this clear? Because
Yes, Vera.
so we have seen yesterday multiline also. I think I have explained the multiline function. I think, let me see in this code. Yeah, function as a parameter. These are the normal functions. Higher order function. So here let's assume that I want to write my function. With the multi-line operation. We'll call as a multi-line expression or multi-line operation. Let's say this multi-line expression, how we will write. I want to add two numbers here. I'll take a x int, y int, and it will also return int. It will also return int. Normally we will write one line in expression. If you look at here, this is a single line expression. But when you want to write multi-line expression, we have to, I think we have discussed in the last class, we have to be little care, or I can say it's kind of a rule which we need to pass, which we need to follow. When I say x and plus y, x is in a single line and plus y is in a different line. Look at here, if I execute this, this is the rule, clearly telling that a pure expression does nothing in a statement position. Multi-line expressions might require enclosing a parenthesis. So what it is telling to say here, so whatever the value you write, Either you write in a parenthesis like this. I think we have discussed in the last class. We have discussed in the last class. This is valid. This is valid. Or you write like this. This is also a valid. This is also a valid. So there are something called nested functions as well. A function inside the function. So that we can also see that the function inside the function, and we can call, we can do uh, we can do operations such a way that will pass the parameters to the outer function will call the inner function will have a body. What I'm trying to say here, the inner function also will have a body. The inner function also you can pass an arguments, we can make execute of them. So let's see that. That's also another example for the functions, not higher order functions, but it's the type of the functions, the internal functions. So let's see that function inside the function, how it looks. One second guys, how to, let me connect it. It's okay. Where is the cursor? Okay. Def, let's say adding two numbers. I will take adding two numbers. Add you have to take x int y int, which will return int, which will return int, which will also return int. Go inside the function, inside the function. So what we will do here, we will also write a function inside the function. So in this my add function, what are the parameters I have taken, I can also pass to another function inside. It means inside the function I can define another function. Let's say add 2 here. I can pass int, or it's already defined x here. I have to define different arguments, and which will do some operation, some logic here. And outside this, so as soon as you call this function will call by passing these parameters. Let's say you're passing whatever the value you got from above, you are passing that parameter and another two more parameters. You're calling add. You're calling add. So let me explain this with an example. Let's see how it will work. Diff add, where I'll take three parameters. These are the best examples to explain, such kind of concepts, or I can say uh, functions. So I'll be having one more function internally, function inside the function. So here I'll specify another add to function. I will take int int, which will return, which actually do an operation. It can be x plus y, or it can be I can say it will do a plus b. Close this function, and we call the function add to of your x comma add to of x comma again add to. We're calling a function inside the function with, by passing an arguments, by passing these arguments now. So what are the arguments you have defined above, the same arguments will be passing same arguments. So now here what I will do, I am taking an x as an argument. That argument I'm passing to these arguments. Let's see here, y comma z. A function has been written. So now this function I'm going to call at 1 comma 2 comma 3. Look at here, 6 6. So such kind of functions we can call higher order functions. Higher order functions are nested functions. A function inside the function. A function inside the function. So these are all example for a higher order functions. And there is one more concept called function currying. Actually, I have missed yesterday to explain that. What is a function currying? What is a function currying? The function currying something. Suppose your function is expecting a multiple arguments. Suppose your function is expecting multiple arguments. Let's look at here. I am defining a function. I'm defining a function. Let's look at here. I'm defining a function. That function will take multiple arguments. Def, let's say add. This function is taking multiple arguments. Let's say if I define like this, and it will wait for a next argument. That's called function currying. I'll explain that. Now this function actually what it is doing, it is doing x plus y. Let's say x plus y. Now what does it mean? You can pass a different type of parameter to the function, different number of functions. So in this, while calling this function, right, let's assume that I'm calling this function with var x equal to add of 15 and underscore. What does it mean? So I'm passing a single parameter to a double parameter function, and when I specify the underscore, it means it is waiting for the another argument. It is waiting for the another argument. What it will do, first the 15 will go to x. The 15 will go to the x, and the function will not complete. It will be waiting. And the next line what I can do, x of 3, I can pass like this. X of 3 means what are the results come here, and for that result it will be 15 plus 3 total 18. The output of this is 18. The output of this is 18. Let's look at here how it will work. Def add second guys, int. Okay, here I'm just doing x. Okay, the function definition itself is wrong. The function definition itself is wrong. Like this. Like this.
Vida, why the syntax is little bit different, right?
Yeah. It means, let's say you are passing one argument from one function, and after doing some operations of that one with one argument, you are waiting with another argument. So that time, see what are the results is comes here, right? Let me show you that. Result you can pass again back to the function. Now here add of, let's say, var x, I can say, let me take a different name, param1, or I can say a. Here add of 10 underscore. It's, see here, it is a lambda expression. It's also a lambda expression, right? Now where b equal to a of 10, let's say 20. Now what's happening? It is actually your b, your a is now acting as a function. Your a is acting as a function. If you guys remember in the earlier anonymous functions, we have written like this. Have we written like this or not? We have written like this. Here actually similar kind of operation it is. Similar kind of operation. Here I can pass lambda 1, right? Similar kind of thing here. But here it is we're defining a function with a curry to multiple arguments, and that multiple arguments you are passing only one argument at a time, and the rest, the next, that function will be waiting for the another argument. Well, this such kind of things we are really not using in the real time, but these are all supported. These are all supported as part of your functional programming. Not only this, not only this, there is something called var args. So we have a var args in our Java, right? Var args, it means you can specify, you can declare the var args and you can specify the dot dot dot. When you specify the dot dot dot, it means you can pass one parameter, you can pass 10 parameters. It is expects that it takes, right? Here also we have a var args. Here also we have a var args. So let me show you that var args. Do you guys remember var args? Because variable arguments,
Yeah,
let's say
yeah, yeah.
here I have a function. I want to pass x, y, z, and so on. Based on my requirement, I want to pass so many. So I'm not defining an int and all those things. So here I'll be writing some operations. Let's say these operations, I can pass one argument, it should take. If I pass two arguments, it should take. If I pass three arguments, it should take. So that's such kind of I can say wild card, not, we cannot say wild card entry. It's a kind of we'll call as the where args, or we'll call as a variable arguments. We'll call it as a variable arguments. We can pass such kind of things, for a single method, single function. So we will call them as a var args. Var args. See, let's see a simple example how it looks. Define a method. You can define add, where you can define add, and which will take a collection of arguments, I mean continuous arguments, right? So here I can specify x colon and type of it. So let's say it is always expecting integer type, since I have shown example a plus b plus x plus y plus z, right? So you have to specify star. You have to specify star here. So what is happening here? So here your add function is expecting any number of arguments. You can pass one argument, it will work. You can pass 10 arguments, it will work. So do you guys remember we have something called main method? If you see here the main method, it is an array of strings. While executing your code, either Java or Scala, while you are running your program, if you pass one parameter, it will work. If you pass two parameters, it will work. If you pass three parameters, it will work. You can pass any number of parameters at the time of executing. at the time of executing. Here also similar kind of function we are writing. You may say that I can write to array. No, why I'm writing this such kind of thing? I can write array, right? But array of arguments, um, that when you pass an argument, that is fixed. If it's an array, when you pass an argument, the size of array is fixed. But here it's continuous grows. No, it will continuously grows. Look at here how it will work. Now, so whatever the return type you want to give, you can give return type. I'm not giving anything here. So just compiler decide it. So I'll be doing some operation inside this. So you can take anything. You can what are the arguments you pass. So let's try to do a multiplication of the all the arguments, or summing of the all the arguments. So summing of the all the arguments. So how we can do here? Let's define a variable. We'll say sum equal to 0 initially, and I'll be passing continuous. If I pass one argument, it will do 1 plus 1. I mean, himself is a plus. Nothing is 1. Only single argument, you know, no need to plus with anyone. So if you pass two arguments, let's say I pass 1 comma 2. 1 plus 2, 3. So I want to do such kind of thing. So how will I do that? I will write my for loop. Since I have to take all the arguments from the, I have to take all the arguments from the function. Now x. Actually here the x is working as an array. Actually this x is working as an array. So here what are the arguments you pass? What are the arguments you pass? You say here you do sum plus what are the value you are passing. It means you are summing. Suppose if you pass two parameters, 1 plus 1. So if you pass 1 comma 1, if you 1 plus 1. If you pass 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2. If you pass 1 plus 2, 1 comma 2 comma 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3. So that kind of operation I want to do. So that kind of operation how will I do? Sum equal to sum plus I. Sum equal to sum plus I. So close this, and you can also you can also close this. Now this function is done. But here actually what I am returning, I'm not returning anything. So what I will do, let me modify something. Let me modify something in this. Sorry, let's just shift, close this sum and return sum. I'll just return sum here. Okay. So whatever I'm passing, I'm summing them, I'm returning it, right? So let's look at here. I'm passing sum at the end. Okay, I'm not passing inside the loop. I'm not returning inside the loop. I'm returning outside the loop. Let's say now add of 1 comma 2 comma 3 6 3 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7. It is coming, right? So what is happening here? Even though you define a single argument or single parameter,
Yeah.
uh,
If I give add 1 to 10, it's give take or no?
sorry,
If I give add 1 to 10 number, so I'm not giving sequence number 1, 2, 3. I'm like giving to 1 to 10.
you're specifying 1 to 10 like this.
Yes, yes.
So how it will understand 1 2? The 2 how it will understand? It is not a method, it is not a function, right? I mean it is not a for loop, right? The for you have that option, but here we cannot change.
Okay.
Okay. So the 2 is not a operator here, right? It's just a string. It cannot understand it. Okay. So there is another type, guys. So actually I'm showing you all the different type of functions inside the higher order functions. So I mean higher order functions which is not normal functions, which are not normal functions. So we're calling them as a higher order functions. So along with this there is something called typed arguments. Typed arguments. Let's say a simple example. I think it's getting late. Let me finish it off. So the typed arguments are some kind of arguments. Let's say this. Now I have a requirement of different type of tuples. Okay, I'm creating one tuple here. I want to do some operation on the tuples. Let's say my tuple is 1 second, guys. Something is pressed. Here my tuple is I have a int type, int type, int type. So this is like you are passing three different parameters, correct? Three different parameters you're expecting. That's a tuple, right? That's called tuple. Yes or no? So I want to do an operations. I want to do some operations on the tuples. I want to do some operation in the tuples. Let me write a simple function to make you understand. I want to add two tuples. Let's say add here t1 tuple 1 which is which is taking int comma int and tuple 2 colon which takes int and I need to do operation here, some operation I will be doing in this. So now what it is expecting, three type of arguments where you are trying to add the two type of tuples, right? Instead of writing like this, you can create your own data type that is called typed arguments or type. You can say type. So what I will do here, I will specify type t or tuple tup equal to, you will specify int int int. So here when I want to define a function diff at, I really no need to write everything and I really no need to write complete thing. What I will say tup tup. So now your tuplet is actually working as I mean collection of data types. I mean different arguments. Collection of different arguments. So this will call type declaration. This will call type declaration. Type. So type is a keyword here. Our declaring our own type. This is called type declaration. So yeah, that is about higher order functions. And sorry for the late today. Um, um, so tomorrow we'll continue with the recursions. We'll continue